Friday fun day. I did not trade today. And then yesterday I forgot. I said in the recap down in the comments, I let you guys know there was one ticker I wanted to go over. I lost $4.91 on it, and I actually wanted to show you guys the levels, and I had gotten FOMO and I did not watch the levels. I ignored them and it cost me. That was only $4.91. I had taken really small share size because I really didn't want to trade much yesterday. But if for any of you that want to stick around, this is gonna be a super short video. I didn't trade today. I want to just show that one trade and how the levels played out for the rest of the day and where I made my mistake, where I got in. And then that should only take a couple minutes. And then I wanted to tell you, so my week, I didn't trade today because I haven't had a good week this week. I'm looking and it was one of my worst weeks since last month. So I just wanted to keep my green that I had green. And I'm for the week at $771.99. That is not a lot. That works out to be $154 a day. My goal right now, I mean, I hate to say goal because you don't want to put pressure on yourself. And on days where there's good trades, I'm all about pushing it and getting in, but I still have a rough goal, a daily, a weekly, and a monthly. So my daily goal, I kind of want to get to that level of being consistently at $200 this year. And I only hit $154 this week per day. Now that still equals 3K a month. And my goal for this account, this is my day trading account. Going into retirement, I want to be able to retire a little early, and I want day trading to simply pay for all the fun stuff. I have long-term investments that will take care of retirement, but I need a cushion and a buffer if I want to retire early. And I want this account to be able to, I want to be able to day trade each day and make enough that I get that buffer and that I can take one or two cruises a month. So 3K would kind of do it, but not really. So I failed this week. And then last month, if I want to compare that, last month I traded 1,900. It was a terrible month last month. So right now I'm sitting pretty good on the month. I've done better than last month. And I feel that puts something in our mind when we can see that we go from one month to another and increase and get better. Why bother messing with that? And it will give you a lot more confidence. I feel you guys could be different, but I'm just backing off today. Monday I have a dentist appointment. I probably won't trade again. I I want to keep that. I don't want to lose more this month and have it go down because we're right to the end of the month and I've done better than last month. So I'm just kind of playing it cool. I do love trading Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. They're my favorite days, so I'm sure I'll trade those days. And then I believe that's the last day of the month is Thursday. All right, so last month was not good, 1900. So at least I'm doing better than that. And I'll show you this again. I created this in 2023 to set some goals for myself. And obviously in 2023, I told you in another video, I lost a lot of money in 2023. I lost $12,000. And then in 2024, I did not hit that $50 a day goal, but I only lost 5,000 instead of 12,000. So I was doing better and it gave me a lot of confidence to keep going. And doing this helped. I look at this every day. And instead of losing that $12,000 in 2023, I lost less than half that amount. And that was a big gain for me. So right now I'm still sitting at that $200 a day mark in 2026. This shows you how old I'll be each year and that I want to retire early. So I will retire at 65 no matter what, but I really want to kind of get up there, way up in here if I can. But I have to kind of hit some goals here and keep trying. All right, guys, anyone who wants to stick around, let's go look at that one trade. And I think you'll see some interesting levels there and where I got in, where I made a mistake. And for those of you who don't, hopefully I'll see you on Monday. And please let me know how you did this week or even how you're doing this month. This was not my stellar week at all. I had last month, I had a lot of 0 days last month. So at least I'm doing better than that. So let me know how you're doing. I'd love to hear it. Okay, let's go check out that one chart. All right, guys, that one trade that I forgot to talk about yesterday, and I really wanted to because I like showing anytime these levels hold. So the news came in about 5 a.m., I believe. And all I can do is look at my notes in my journal. And I do keep handwritten journals. And I got in here in this area, and I'll show you why. So I went over, I pulled up the daily chart, and I marked, I think when the news hit, we were below a dollar. And so I marked the dollar. I can't quite remember that now, but I marked this dollar level on purpose because I know for sure that I want to trade after it gets to a dollar, usually. And then if it comes back and goes below that dollar, I just want that dollar marked. I don't want to always have to look over to the right. I like marking levels. So, right in here, this was coming up and this was nice and smooth right here. But this was a level I had marked, a few minutes prior. And then see this blue level up here? Blue is that means a year ago, at least a year ago. And you'll see blue levels are up here. I leave them there because sometimes when a stock runs really fast, you hear news. All these damn runners, they run all the time. It seems like they're always the same ones. They're just worthless. So if I leave the levels on there, sometimes I can jump in and my levels are already there. And they actually do hold. I've noticed year after year, they hold. So I marked this level. That was the one I had just marked before I got in. I see this price action come up. It was pretty clean. And again, look at this, $1.19 to even to $1.43 up there. That's not much movement. And we even only made it to here, and that's $1.32. So this was only about 12 cents all in here. That's not much. It's not really my cup of tea. And I did trade really small share size on this one because I was just marking levels for that video yesterday, and I didn't really intend on trading it. So I took an entry, but I got FOMO. So somewhere in here, it was right here. So I got FOMO right here. And then I knew that we were going to have a hard time right here. We also have VWAP here, and we were below VWAP. So this is a hard level to hit because it's that first one past the dollar that I had marked. So I got in on this pullback here, and look at here. I'm going to make this a little bigger. I ended up my idea. So you could have gotten in, or I could have. I don't like telling you what you could have done, but what I could have done, I could have got in right past this candle right here. But personally, when I'm not sure and we're so close to a level like this, I want to at least wait till we pass this candle to the left and see, because it had wicked down. So it was struggling here, especially right on VWAP. So my concern here was I want to pass this candle. I want to pass this candle and its wick. I also want to pass VWAP, and I want to pass this level. So unfortunately, I got in right at this level, right as it passed, and it didn't even make it. Comes over and comes down. Now, I did not get caught in that whole thing. I ended up getting out for just $4.91. Now, I want to show you something. This is what I missed while I was looking at this. And again, I had moved on because I was simply trying to mark levels for my video yesterday. But I could have actually stayed here. Look at how we hold the 9 EMA, and we even come up and we have space right here. We come up and we pull back. We hit that level and pull back, and it stays and holds. So even right here. So that's, to me, at least when I trade futures, I see this as a sign that we want to push up because we've at least tapped this level and pulled back with the intention to try to get past it. A little different if I would have seen this not get to that level, which is what happened right here. So we'll go over that in a second. So pulls back, holds that 9 EMA, no wicks. That was great. Just a small wick here, still just tapping the 9. Comes up, goes past that level. Now notice here, it didn't get past the level. Here it barely does, comes back, but it rests right on this level right here and holds. And it's well above VWAP, the 9 and the 21. Comes up, goes past that. You could have probably caught it right past this, and that was 123. And then taking it up here would only be 127. That wouldn't have been much. You would have had to have a really large share size. But notice this inside bar right here on this candle. Even though we had wicks, we had top and bottom wicks. So that's indecision right there. And then we have this inside bar, which is strong, even though it's a downward candle. And then we get that wick pushing off of the 9. It never came back to rest on that level. And it never came down and touched the VWAP either, and then pushes up. You could have taken it right to here. Now, because this level is from a couple years ago, it was either a year or two ago. I didn't even go back and look. I would have known that would have been a struggle to get up to that level.
So I probably, if I had traded that, would have probably gotten out even probably right in here, just because that's a pretty, considering what it's been doing and pulling back and going up, that would have been a lot right there. And then we did fail right here and come down. But then look right here. See this level? So this is that level I had marked. We come down below it and we come up and we tap it and we're struggling. So obviously it's becoming resistance. Comes down, but it still holds the EMAs right here. And you're still holding, well, that point of control probably wasn't there. This is later in the fact, so I shouldn't talk about the point of control. All right, so we hover here, but we're consolidating. You've got the doji candle, you've got these small candles, you've got an inside candle right here, pretty much an inside candle, and we shoot up. So I want to show something else. Once this level right here, and you see this candle right here, and then this one, I want you to look at something. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit price level. And I'm going to put a price level right here because I want you to look over. As I put it right here, I'm going to draw a line over here. Look at right here. I'm going to double tap that. It puts that level. Look at, that's the same exact pattern and it's the same exact level. That's very interesting. And it never came back up there right here. Well, I'll move along and we'll see the chart. But that right there, I probably would have got a little faked out on that thinking we were going up here because we tried it here and it's the same exact pattern. When you go down to the volume bars, look at that. If I put my cursor right here on this candle, draw your eye over right to there, and it's the same exact level on that same exact candle. It's almost, I marked it out and it's a little bit more over here, a tad bit higher, but just a tad. So I probably would have seen that because I like looking left on the chart to see what has happened previously. And I probably would have taken that up and I would have lost. I mean, I wouldn't have taken it very far. And then let's go over and see how the levels held just the rest of the morning as this played out. So this pretty much stayed that level that I just had marked here. Or no, that was the $1.19 level. So it pretty much hung around this level right here. And it's hugging those EMAs as well. Comes up, this is right at the open. You'll see this dark area is right at the open. Look how it comes up and taps that level, that one that I had just marked, and almost the same candlestick patterns as well, and fails. And then once we get past VWAP and the EMAs, we're kind of toast right here. Even though this was good volume right at the open here, it just didn't do anything. All right, let's see how this played out. The rest of the day right here, we're at about an hour after the market opened. It finally reaches back down to this level. Now it doesn't close below the level here. It's kind of hugging it right there, but we are below the EMAs and we're way below the VWAP. We come up, we give it a little space here. We pull back what could have been a pullback for, a retest back up to this area up here, but it didn't. It failed. It came down. So anyways, I didn't trade this. This was the first time I looked at this actually to kind of see how my levels played out. I mean, this was just a dead stock. There's just no volume here. So anyways, I think that was 11,000 shares. There's just nothing here. But that, I just wanted to show you that, how interesting that was, how those levels played out. And I played it way wrong. That was horrible. I didn't do well. And you definitely could have played that. And with proper share size, you could have captured quite a bit in here. That was nice and clean. Look at, we come up, we go straight across, come down. That was kind of a harsh candle right there. But again, remember, staying on the 9, riding it up, and you probably could have had a stop right below all of this. And then it just would pull across, go up, pull across, go up. That's my favorite pattern, just across, up, across, up. So, okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. Have a great weekend and have some fun. It's Fun Day Friday. And then let me know how you did. All right, bye.